Ago. Inkago. Hey. Ago. Tramaniaba. Tramaniaba. Hello then, welcome to the Standpoint. Well, that should tell you where we are going today. Today we are in the Greater Accra region. My queen mother for today has a very unique name. I have been actually wondering why that name. She's called Na Tufaodru. Immediately, something else comes to your mind, right? Yeah, and I'm about to find out about her. She's going to stand in for Greater Accra region. No, she's not representing, she's not being nominated, but we looked out for her because of her unique role. I received an award with her last year, and I was amazed to hear some of the things that she's been doing in her community and beyond. And oh, by the way, she's married to Chief from my hometown, Anomabo, as well. So yes, you know, there's some connection in there as well. But she has a unique story, and we are going to learn about who she is, the gods. Tufaodru. Who is Tufaodru? Is she a fetish priestess? It will be interesting to find out. Well, let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. I'd like to say thank you to Leran Collections for my dress. Today, I must say, I look like a Fanti, a Ga, or a Voltarian, because somebody from the Western region, all those from the coastal areas, we have something in common. And I'm representing all of them today. Proudly a coastal girl. We take a break. When we come back, we'll meet our guest. Welcome back to the Standpoint. We are still celebrating Ghana's traditions and cultures. And today I have a very unique queen mother with a unique name. I told you we are going to learn more about her because I honestly don't know. I haven't had the courage to ask her in private. So now that I'm seated here as the presenter, not a in-law, but a presenter, I'm going to ask all the questions for you. But it's all about education, it's about our culture, it's about our tradition. And again, I say thank you to GTP, who are our sponsors. GTP, timeless. They have supported Ghana's tradition and cultures over 50 years. Since independence, they've been there and they're still here. And they have given a special gift for our queen mothers this particular month, and we are so grateful to them. Restaurant balloons and accessories, everything balloons and accessories, they are there to support you and give it to you. So my guest today, she is called Na Tufaodru, queen mother. She's a queen mother. Na, welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank
In my intro,
you.
I talked about the fact that last year I received an award alongside you for your philanthropic work and the work you do with women and children. Now, you have a very unique name. What's the meaning of Tufaodru? I'm sure you've heard this question over and over again.
Over and over again. Okay, bottom line is, there's a great woman in Ghana. Her name is Na Dede Uma-Edro.
Okay.
She who gives healing or medicine.
Okay.
So take it that she gives me and I consume. Because she is Oma-Edro, if I want to translate it.
Okay.
And mine is Odiedro.
Okay.
So she gives me and I consume.
Okay.
The names actually came because of our relationship with the accounts. In order for them to understand what we are telling them, sometimes we translate some of the acts and deeds so that they will be able to understand and appreciate better.
Okay.
And for Gamanye, they were the people, or her great-grandmothers. They were preparing all the herbal concoctions and the talismans and the rest for are warriors.
Okay.
So even when a visitor or another warrior from another village or town gets injured, they bring them to this old woman.
Okay.
So she became a reference.
Okay.
Take her to the woman who does the medicine.
Okay.
Omaidru.
Omaidru.
Omaidru. But the name itself, her name is Nadede, but they added the Omaidru for easy identification, and it became part of the title.
Okay. Okay.
So it's nothing serious.
And that the very simple translation, but when you say Odiedru, it's Tufaodru. There's a what being obey. Now obey.
Imbeko.
Obey.
Imbeko
Imbeko kra.
David. Imbeko.
Okay, let's learn a little bit about you. Okay. How long have you been a queen mother?
Okay, about 10 years ago last year, a bird whispered into my ear that there's something like that on my line coming.
Okay.
So I would say for the past 10 years, I have been on and off in this venture. But 4 years ago, my people deemed it fit that eventually or finally I should ascend the throne.
Okay. So
we are 4 years and counting.
4 years and counting. But you had always known that for 10 years you had known?
I'd known since I was a child. My great-grandmother told me.
Your great-grandmother told you. So so you've always known that you're part of the royal family?
Yes.
Did it affect your growing up?
No. In my house, it wasn't like there's a selected or a priority for someone, no. No. Everybody was virtually whipped in line to what the family wants you to be.
Okay. So did you participate in the, as a journalist, I have covered many, I remember myself and my good friend Tufaodru were called Akweleke Akwoko because we used to cover Akwele Suma during the Homo War, all the preparation, the rituals and all that. We used to cover it and we became so involved in it. Did you used to be involved in it as a child?
For most of my basic education, yes. My school used to pour libation on days like this for the independence celebration. So I've always been in this. It doesn't come to me as something new at all. I started from age 10 when I was in class 5.
Okay. Where did you go to school?
I went to La Emmaus Presby.
Okay.
And then I went to La Salem Presby.
Okay.
Then La Bonnie Secondary.
Okay.
And then to University of Ghana Business School.
Okay. But when it finally came to you, did you have any hesitations?
Yes, I had, because for us Ghans, we are normally, we inherit patrilineal.
Yeah.
So for such a position to come from my mother's lineage, it was quite a surprise, considering the fact that there were women, whose parents or line was from the male factor. Okay. So they originally or normally should be considered rather than me.
Okay.
And growing up, I knew that there was something like this ahead of me, but definitely not from my mother's side.
Okay.
Because I know that in my father's line too, I have this position there. So for it to come from my mother's end, it was quite a surprise. But
your father too is a Ghan?
Yes.
And your mother too is a Ghan?
Yes.
So you are in between?
From La and Ga, Mashi.
So what if your father's people to come? That they are come to take you?
In fact, they are in the line now.
They are now?
Yes.
But is it possible to occupy 2 positions?
It depends on the roles that you are playing.
Okay.
So technically, my mother's side have borrowed me from my father's side. Okay. And so anytime my father's side is ready,
they will come for you.
Exactly.
But you are part of the protection group of the chief.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
Very much so. Okay, we take a break. When we come back, we'll get into who are the Ghans. I mean, in crime for plenty of mobile. Who are the Ghans? So we'll get into that. We'll get to know their history, the different groupings in the greater. She mentioned Gamashi and she mentioned La. And then there are the Tishi people and all. We'll have a lot to learn from her because most of us are tenants on their lands. We are from all over and we live in Accra. And we need to know about them and know how to live peacefully with the Ghans when we talk about traditions and cultures. Very soon, May will be here. And there will be, that we won't do, you will do. And if you don't do, you know what we'll do. Okay, we take a break. When we come back, we'll continue again. I say thank you to our supporters. Go Got You Got, Juice Time, Kodam's Gift and Stationery, everything gift and stationery. Please go to them. They will get it for you. They will do it for, is it branding of products? They do all that, gifts and everything. They will do that, all that for you. Yep, cleaning services, whatever the occasion, they will come and clean up before and after. And even during, they will take care of that for you. So don't worry at all. Just give everything to them and they will do it for you. Thank you to Dream Over, who power our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. This program is on 6 platforms. It's on Joy Prime, EBN TV, Truth TV, on Facebook Live, YouTube, and then, of course, our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. We take a break. When we come back, we'll learn some more. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Before I go on, let me introduce, I have 2 special guests here who are gracing this particular program. They are Queen Mothers from the Western region. I have Nana Dankwa III, who is the Paramount Queen Mother for Lower Discove. Nana Yamisha, thank you so much for coming. And next to her, I have Nana Ebakra, the second Paramount Queen Mother of Mpoho traditional area in the Western region. Thank you so much, Nana, for coming. God bless you. Yes, and again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is a new style. Thank you so much to them. And of course, the dress was made for me by Liran Collections GA. Thank you, Liran. Makeup products by Note Cosmetics GH, Note Cosmetics Ghana, and beautifully applied by @Iam_J Claude. Thank you so much. Now,
Mommy.
when we say the Ghans, who are the Ghans?
The Ghans. Okay. The name itself, Ghan, we got it when we got to this place.
Okay.
Today's Ghana.
Okay.
Gold Coast at the time.
Okay.
Our brothers or sisters, should I say our neighbors,
Right.
the Equipims, they gave us that name.
Okay.
Because when they were up the mountains, they noticed a group of people coming, both from the sea and on the land. Because as we crossed the Volta, others decided, we came in fashions, groups.
Okay.
Some decided to come by boats.
Okay.
And others decided to continue with the road trip.
Okay.
Now, the first destination was Ningo.
Okay. Okay. Now, please hold on. So, where did you come from?
Okay. Right from the Nile.
Okay.
It's traceable to the Nile, and that is why we still have our senior priest with the title Nai.
Okay.
It is the Nile.
Okay.
So
Nai
means
the
is
Nile.
the Nile. Yes, and because the Nile is not close to us now, the sea becomes the representation of the Nile.
Okay.
So we migrated all the way from the Nile through the Congo and then Nigeria, specifically Benin, the Benin Kingdom. We were there for a number of years, even though some moved to Oyo Kingdom,
Right.
still in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And then later, we moved again to a place near Ouidah in Benin,
Okay.
Benin Republic.
Okay.
And then they moved on till we got to Aneho.
Okay.
Aneho in Togo. They
okay.
call it Anesho, but we call it Aneho.
Okay.
Till today, we still go there.
Okay.
When
you
we're
went to
doing
meet the people there and you changed their name.
no,
You called it Aneho.
no, it has been. Should I say we have destroyed the pronunciation, just like the language. When the priests and priestesses are in trance, the language they speak is the proper language, the proper Ghana language.
Okay.
But all what we speak and write are what we have diluted, sort of, because we have had to borrow some words from our neighbors here.
Okay.
So from the Aneho or Anesho in Togo, we came all the way down in search of water. When we got to Ningo, the current place called Ningo, Nungo, salty water.
Wow.
And so they decided that, no, we can't stay here. So some went up the Osudoku Shai Mountains, and others came southwards. Those who went up, made up of the La people, because they were led by a hunter who loves being up there and looking at everything down south. So they went there together with the Osu people.
Right.
And the first group, that was the Gamashi and the Nungwa. Nungwa is Nungma. Nungma.
That's
the spring
good
water.
Okay.
So when they got there and they realized that the water was good, they decided they're not moving further. They will stay there.
Okay.
They were two brothers.
Okay.
So the one we call Babu Wulomo Shiche, Lakote was his brother. Lakote moved up to establish Gamashi.
Okay.
And then the brother settled at Nungwa.
Okay.
So this was how we took over, and then we caused some people to shift, because by the time we got here, the Kpeshi people were already on the land.
Okay.
They were made up of the Guans and the Triponis, all the way.
Okay.
Today, they are mostly found around Ewutu.
Okay.
So Winneba, Ewutu area.
Yeah.
They were the original people here.
Okay.
But we had good relationship with them, even till today.
Okay.
So that was how the groupings settled. And then the La people decided to move from the mountains and come down to settle. So they came to settle in between Gamashi and Nungwa.
Okay.
Before Osu also moved from that side, from Osudoku, and came to settle here in Osu. As for Teshi, it was a breakaway fashion from La and other clans that formed Teshi. So Teshi is the last of all the 7
last babies.
Yeah.
Wow, it's interesting. I mean, it's amazing how things, you know, how suddenly you see how the Greater Accra is joining the Utu area.
Yes, it has.
It has joined, become and even the Ebri area, Kropon area, Greater Accra is also gradually entering there.
Because my village is Oyarifa, so definitely it will enter. Yes.
And we always thought that Oyarifa is a new place.
No, it has never been. It has never been, because that's the original place or village or haven for Sowagbabilo. So he will go there most of the time in the Sesame area.
Okay.
And then in the lean season for farming, they come down south for fishing.
Okay.
So they were going up and down, and they knew that the mountains was not meant for them. But down south to the sea, their neighbors allowed it. So they have taken possession of the whole of the southern area.
Now, you mentioned the name, Sesame or something.
Sesame.
Sesame. Is that where they said there's a river there? You know how, is it in Paris or one of the places where you throw some coins into a river and then people believe that whatever you say, I hate that area, there's a river like that there. Somebody, no, I'm part of it.
Let's make a trip there. Sesame has a lot of story to tell.
Yeah, because I
so
was
much. A lot of our heroes were actually taken into slavery there. Yes, because they realized that most of the strong, able-bodied men usually follow the tacheme, what we call asafo acheme. They are actually tacheme. Asafo is fanti.
Yes.
We call them tacheme or tahuloi.
Okay.
So the army is tahuloi. And their leaders are tacheme. And the tache onukpa is the general.
Okay.
Yes, so they also have their ranks.
Okay.
Now, because most of them move inland to farm and to hunt, they realize that there are a lot of able-bodied men who virtually live in the forests.
Wow.
Yes, and so sometimes when there's a proper, demand for certain builds of people for slavery, they go into the bushes and pick them up. Wow. And Sesame was one of them. So it has a serious historical memory for some of the clans in the Ghana area.
Wow. I'm so glad I have you on the show because I've learned a lot. But now, let me ask you, forgive me, you are my mother-in-law, but let me boss this one. How did you come by such knowledge? Because you really know the history. Wow.
I was fortunate to have met my great-grandmother. She died when I already had my first son.
Okay.
She lived very long, over 100 years.
Over 100 years.
And she was all over the place, very strong, energetic.
And
she groomed me.
She lived on the herbs.
Yes.
She lived on the herbs.
My great-grandmother, she will always cook in the clay pot. She fries in the can.
Yeah.
She doesn't have time for... The only modern thing she loved was television because she could see other people right there when she's not with them. No. But she even slept in her mud house till she died. Even though the whole house was renovated, she said the mud house is cooler than the cement blocks. So I got a lot of... And I was curious. I always wanted to know and to learn. And that is how I got to know some of these things, yes.
Wow.
So we are always learning.
Yeah, amazing. So I need to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at... But before then, why you are the custodian, our traditional leader, you are the custodians of our history and our culture and our tradition. Why have you allowed us to get lost like that? Because most of us don't know our history. And the younger generation is something else.
We are lost.
It's like they don't even want to know. But this is so rich.
A time is coming, they will yearn for it.
Yeah.
It is a calling.
Right.
When you start asking yourself questions, you'll be forced to look for responses and answers, not just responses. Because somebody can respond and say, leave this. You want to open a can of worms, so leave it. But if you persist, they will tell you, even though there are some of the things they will tell you, they won't tell you into details. Even when you get to the level where you have to know into details, you are asked to keep it here. Yeah. It is only when it is essentially necessary, when someone's life depends on it, that's the only time you are free to talk about it. So the guys will tell you that Gahumi koyo cha dani bo. Gahumi koyo cha dani bo. It means a child of a Ga descent doesn't just speak loosely. Sometimes people feel that why are they quiet? Why are they dormant? Or is it that they don't know their worth or they don't know their sort? No. Right from when you're born and you're being bathed and groomed, there are things that are spoken into your life that informs certain decisions you take. I'm not saying we don't have wayward ones. Yeah. But sometimes some people, in their quest to protect what they have been warned to protect, they will go out of their way because I am angry. What I have to tell you for you to stop annoying me, it is a secret or it's sacred. I'm not supposed to say it. So to exhibit my anger or let you understand that I'm not happy with what you're doing, I will flare up, and then the typical gun will manifest to tell you things that will let you stay off their track, just so they will protect whatever they are supposed to protect. That's
because I was going to ask you why guns, I mean, we feel that guns like fighting. They are loud. Very loud. Oh, they'll give it to you right now, left, right, center.
Are we loud in terms of voice or in terms of deeds and actions?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on the circumstance.
The circumstance,
exactly.
yes.
As far as the voice is concerned, it's because we have lived a communal life for a very long time because of our numbers.
Right.
Okay? Some people wonder, so why are these people still, living in this clutter where they call their homes? When they have lands, some have even built houses.
Yeah.
It was inculcated in us. They imbibed the communal living in us. Because once upon a time, when we were few, people just invade, kill, molest, and then steal from us. So they decided that at any given point in time, no one should be alone anywhere, so that they will, prevent all these invasions.
Right.
So they started living communal. Right. If you don't know your way around, you enter their home and they will finish you. And they are happy. They are happy with that. Because for them, in as much as we are not many, why must we allow somebody to take away some of us or one of us? Right. So they lived like that. And trust me, it takes a lot of courage to move from a family life, extended family. Everyone is someone's keeper. Yeah. Even if you don't cook, there's food. Yeah. Right? If you're going out, your kids will be taken care of. By the time you come back, they have bought for all the kids in the house kolebu powder. All of them. One will also cook and give everybody. So wherever you went to, your kids are safe. Unlike what we do now, running, dropping the kids in school. After work, you have to run, go for the kids. Sometimes they spend time with us in the offices and all that. Yeah. It wasn't like that before.
Yeah. Mine is still walking around here.
Exactly. So they are so used to their communal life such that you can easily identify them and say that, I'm a beer. Right? Yeah. And before, they weren't even allowing others to come until a king decided that, no, you don't need to create barriers for your neighbors. You trade with them. Some are even marrying into us. So allow it. That's how come we have a saying, Ablekuma Abakumao. So he decreed that we should open our arms for others to come and join us. Right. And now, I think if he was still alive, he would say, no.
It's too much now.
It's too much now.
We've gone beyond.
Yes. So this is who we are.
Ablekuma no mi ake abakuma wo keke ake ambagbe wo.
Akakabata wo pampa.
Okay, ambata wo pampa. Let me take another break. When we come back, we come and look at the great women of the Ga land. Na de Oma Edro. Yes, and the many others. Very educative, isn't it? I promise you, maybe we'll continue the traditional thing up to into April. What do you think? We need a lot more to learn. This has been very educative. Let me take a break. Let me say thank you to our sponsors, GTP and Esteron Balloons and Accessories. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Wake ablekuma, abakuma wo, wake ambata wo pampa. Nyanu noninko. Wow, I'm still learning a lot. Amazing. I've learned a lot. And, you know, for what I do, learning about Ghana empowers me so much, so much. So much you have no idea. Well, let me say thank you to Juice Time, Gogot Yogurt, and of course, Mrs. Oforipoku. Thank you so much, Mrs. Christine Oforipoku, for always supporting us. We're so grateful to them. House of Food, Auntie Vera. God bless you plenty, plenty, plenty for me. Kodam's Gifts and Station, thank you so much. Yep, Cleaning Services, we are so grateful to all of you. Na Juyo. Juyo. Na Juyo Chufalecho. Chufayelo, the first. Get one real about Ghana. When you're talking about women in Ghana, some of the Ashantis can talk about Yasantua. Now we've learned about Na Dede, Oma Edro, where people, and from what you're telling us, it's not just the warriors from our people who were sick from the Ghana land, it was healing people from all over. Yeah, who are some of the women you can tell us about who have really stood out?
When you take your 50 peso coin, the image you see on it is a Ghana woman. In fact, she is a financier of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Her popular name is Dede Ashikinshan.
Dede Ashikinshan. I've heard the name before.
Okay. So in modern day Ghana, if you're looking for women who mobilize other women, as well as raised funds in order to accelerate our independence, this woman stands really, really tall. Because at the time, she was a businesswoman, and she could have said that, okay, let me stay in my one corner,
do my business,
and do my business, and even spend the money on my neighbors, on my family members. But she saw the need for an end to where we were at the time. And so she didn't only get involved, she got other women involved, especially market women. And she was raising funds, and she was personally mounting the political days, speaking, campaigning for Osajifo. Now, in ancient Ghana, we have Dodi Akaibi.
Okay.
She was an Obutu woman.
Okay.
She got married to a Gamanche.
Okay.
And they had a son. At the time when her husband died, the son was too young to ascend the throne. One would have thought she would say, okay, let it pass. But knowing what her husband was doing to raise his people, she decided that she was going to hold a fourth for her son till he is of age.
Wow.
Yes.
She was the chief's wife.
Yes. And because her story hasn't been told, people negate what she did.
Right.
And they rather project, the punitive actions she took against rebellious, citizens of the land. And that is what they speak about.
So women empowerment is from long.
No, not today.
Not today.
Not today.
So our tradition does not frown or does
at
not.
all.
People think that it's our tradition that has really.
It doesn't.
Kept women in captivity.
No. The people at the time who were suppressing women, it is their descendants who are still suppressing women, and they feel women don't belong. They feel women shouldn't talk. Women should always obey. To whom much is given, a lot is expected. And especially for the Ghans, in those days when we settled here, because we had people, coming in, invading, abducting, and all that, the men used to go beyond the communities, and they stay in the bushes. Some were actually afraid that they would be caught, so they were hiding.
Right.
Some were protecting the territories we have conquered. Who were at home with the kids? The women and the priests.
Yeah.
Because you can't go before the Wulomo.
Well, yeah.
So when you come, you see a woman and maybe an elderly man who can't go into the bushes. And the women were all over the place. They were weaving. They were weaving baskets, mats, because the coastal belt has a lot of this raffia.
Right.
So they were using it to do all sorts of things, and income was coming. When the men go fishing, they bring the fish, they turn it into so many things. From fresh fish all the way to rotten fish, there's a use for it.
There's a use for it. Yeah.
So these are the people we are talking about. If they were able to preserve fish, even to the rotten stage, they can still make it edible. If we had empowered them in those days, won't we have can lo shala?
Yeah.
Don't you think it will sell? Can lo shala?
Yes.
It will sell.
It will sell.
But somebody decided that, no, you women, when you get money or when you get platforms or you get opportunities, you, excuse my language, you forget who you are. But who are we? We are women.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot to talk about, but my time is short. It's almost time. But I don't know, which one should I look at? Which one? Should I look at the culture? Your dances or food? Okay, let's mention some of the foods. Apart from kekena.
Apart from otim.
Otim. Hey,
kekena.
Otim. So it's not kom. It's otim.
Komi came from cornmeal. When we stopped pounding and grinding the corn, and the white man brought a new tool that can be used to mill the corn. Me ya corn meal. Me ya corn meal. And when they bring it, what have you cooked? No need to get corn meal. No, come. No, the name is otim. We have ashanku. Ashanku is made from ripe plantain.
Okay.
So apart from the kelewele, the tatale, there is also ashanku, still made from near dead plantain. It is done with stew made with palm oil.
Okay.
And then you can decide to boil it or pound the ripe plantain, then you mix it and you put it back in the leaf.
Okay.
Like you do the abolo.
Abolo, yeah.
And then you bake it. Ashanku. And you can add everything you want, all the proteins you want to put in it.
Man, I'm getting ideas. But we have to organize Ghana food, festival. Typical Ghana food festival. We need to organize it. you know, you are my mother-in-law, and you're still somehow my sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Because you are married to my uncle, so my brother. Is he not afraid of you because of your name? Tufaodru. I'm just teasing you. What's his name? What is?
Otuakuma.
Okay, then it's finished. Otu Akumatu. Then Tufaodru.
So no one hurts anyone. We are all in line.
You are all, you know,
yes,
you
minding
know
our business.
But
there's no problem.
I mean, a queen mother married to achieve. That's something that seems to be happening quite a lot. I've seen a few like that. But did you know that you were going to be a queen mother or he going to be a chief before you got married?
I knew mine.
Okay.
And I knew his, but he didn't know his, and he didn't even believe it till the reality.
You knew his, but
yeah.
he didn't know.
Yes. Because we have people who talk to us and whisper to us.
Okay.
So
okay.
A voice whispered to me that he must go home. There's a responsibility waiting for him. And so I encouraged him to go for it.
Okay.
So that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's it. Ati. Yamisha, Ekuma papa. Yaso papa, yedawasi.
We're trying. We're trying. Our people used to run away from tradition because they didn't understand, because there was nobody to explain or walk them through for them to appreciate why somebody gets up and say that you people, you worship pagans or you are pagan worshippers, okay? If you understand the religion of the Gans, the Kpele cult, if you understand it, you will know that it is a true religion because it never encourages bloodshed. That religion doesn't encourage bloodshed. And so even for forces that require human blood, they have been either asked to leave the land or they have been pacified, replaced by an animal or something else that will, sober them, or it will allow them to live with us in peace. So if you don't understand it, you will say, and these people, they are always doing juju. They are doing what Janibi is on. What is war? War, no. War. Something that is dear to you, it is yours. Okay? I'll leave you with something. The white man or the European says that there are 4 temperaments, right? We, the Gans, we believe there are 4 elements that runs the world or the earth. What are they? Fire, water, the earth, and the wind. These 4 elements, everything the Gans do by tradition, it is emanating from these 4 sources. Now, I'll ask you a question. If fire meets the wind, what will happen?
It will spread.
If fire meets water, what will happen?
It will
to be tamed, right?
Yeah.
So next time when you meet a Ghan woman or a Ghan man looking for a spouse, a partner, okay? Even in work, when you are recruiting, ask yourself, which of the 4 elements am I coming from? Because God sits on all these 4 elements. That is our belief. That's the sign of the star with the 5, arms. Like the white man will tell you, there are temperaments that doesn't mix. It will always backfire. Why are we calling ours fetish? Yes, I don't play with it. My ivory is my fetish. I sleep and wake up with it because it tells everybody who I am. It is my fetish. I don't mind. But don't come telling me that I shouldn't take my children to my clan houses because it's fetish. Jesus Christ was taken through all the processes required by his tribe and clan.
Yeah.
Even till death. When he died, they asked for the body to prepare it according to their tradition. So why do you call my fetish? That is where I will never agree with you. Because this is me. I am not from that tribe. I can adapt some good things from that tribe.
You know, I'm tempted to ask you, what's your professional background?
Customer relations.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer the customer relations. But I like money a lot. So I have, I've kept all somewhere, and I am more into entrepreneurial stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My latest one is a kenke factory. Kenke.
Factory. Which one is it? The otim.
Both.
And fatty. Will combine.
I should be able to serve my in-laws when they come.
Thank you.
So I'm doing both. Money is in our gutters.
Yeah.
But we prefer the polished work. So for some of us, we're willing to go, as we clean the gutters, we'll be picking gold and adiagba. You know adiagba? The solid beads. We'll be picking them.
Now, the next time we'll talk about entrepreneurship. Before we end up, but thank you so much. I have a parcel for you from GTP.
Hey.
Yes. And
Son.
Yes.
My.
There, I have a parcel for you. Now, I beg you, please sit.
Oh, no. We are all in this together. Thank you very much.
Makeup. From Notes Cosmetics. Thank you so much. We just want to appreciate you for what you do and how you are holding the fort. Today you've really poured enough into us, and we are grateful.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, this is an honor. Next time, they say, so we can't, otherwise I would have hugged you. So, now you know. Now you know. And I'm sure you are hungry for more. Next week, we'll bring you more education from other parts of Ghana. And for the next few weeks, we are going to continue this over and over again so that we all get to know that we have something beautiful to hold on to as Ghanaians, irrespective of where you come from. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. I can no new first I can no new ole and no go be an ele no quality yomi ake ko ole e banye gbebo she call le oba no bo oba na no my job. I'll be back with a bit of me. I've always been a proud Ghanaian, but trust me, the things I'm learning from our queen mothers are really, really giving me more powers, more pride. A people without a history indeed are lost. Such rich history we have as Ghanaians. Such powerful history we have. Yet, we look down upon ourselves. We allow people to look down upon ourselves. Find your history. Search for your history. Look for where you come from and take pride in it. There's absolute power and confidence in knowing who you are, your true identity, who your people are, not what you've heard, but ask questions. Irrespective of where you are in this world, if you're a Ghanaian, if you have a Ghanaian lineage, ask questions and be proud of who you are. Are you a Fanti? Are you a Ga? Are you an Ewe? Are you an Inzima? You are a Dagomba, a Dagari, an Ashanti, wherever you come from. Take pride in it and learn your history, and you'll be amazed how it can even help you develop and progress in life. Confidence, I've said before, nobody's born confident, but then we all learn. We are socialized to be confident. And trust me, knowing your history, your true history, will give you some extraordinary confidence that will inspire you to do great things. Hey, I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God. You know I believe in God. I love God like nothing else. But you know what? He has given us wisdom. And in his wisdom, he created me, a Fiadanso auntie, a Ghanaian. He created me, a Fanti, who is called Efe when I go to my hometown. Let's apply the wisdom and own who we are. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now and keep flying the flag of Ghana. Be a proud Ghanaian.